Yes, it's going to be snowy. Snowmageddon.
Oh, let's hope not.
What are we looking at here? Lay it out for us.
I'll tell you one thing we're definitely looking at, boys, is bitter cold.
Ooh.
I mean, we're going to get below freezing on a Friday, and it's not going to get back above freezing through the early part of next week.
So what that means, it's Long John's inside. Be prepared. Guys, get your food before the giant storm comes in and cuts us off from the rest of the world.
Yeah. I've been threatening my family. I'm going to make a big old pot of beans.
Oh,
and
that's
we're going to
good.
be stuck inside together.
Stuck inside with beans. Get some broccoli. Make it happen, guys. Make it happen.
And hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs. Make them just a little few days. Leave them outside a few days, too. Right? Get that stomach rocking and rolling there.
Yeah, so right now, fellas, the forecast is calling for a 50 to 70% chance of at least 3 inches of snow.
Man.
Throughout the weekend, like starting Friday night into early Saturday morning and ending late Sunday.
So we're probably going to have a good 40 hours, 35, 40 hours of snow.
It is possible. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, Chris earlier, very excited. He thinks Apple is delivering us 18 up to 18 inches of snow. He's super excited about it. We were talking about it.
I got to check out this Apple weather app.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I trust these people. These Apple people. Right? You fellas, I don't even know if I trust you guys.
Brother Hand.
But I'm thinking, I'm under-promising, hoping that the weather over-delivers a bit. Because we're indoors. If it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, totally understandable. But we're all going to be inside.
Now, I like snow as long as I don't have to get out in it.
Yes.
I'm okay with it then. Well, I do have to take that little fat wiener dog out.
But he don't want to go out.
No, he doesn't. In fact, that dog has held it in for 27 hours.
Yeah, we don't want him to explode. That'd be horrible.
Little fella.
My dogs today were not thrilled by...
Be like microwaving a hot dog.
Oh, my goodness me. Some people say 2 feet of snow is coming. I don't know if it's 2 feet.
Oh, let's hope not. I don't want that.
Well, here's the other thing. So what are we looking at Monday, Tuesday? Because that's how long do you think that if we do get some snow, is it going to stick or is it just coming and going?
All right, let's look at so far the forecast model is only out to Monday. And like Sunday night, it stops snowing, and then Monday is mostly sunny, but the high is only 28 degrees.
No. Weather Channel saying 2 feet.
Really?
I go with the weather wizard. He gets it.
Well, I go off the National Weather Service.
Which are liars. Trump fired everybody.
Oh,
It's just
that's
somebody making stuff up.
It's Cash Patel.
It's Cash. He didn't have anything else to do. That's where Pam Bondi is now. And so if she say it's 2 feet, we're screwed. Nothing's coming. She can start handing out here's a binder for you and a binder for you.
It's got all of last week's weather in it.
That's right. They got that wrong, too.
Marco, I'm going to need you to be the weatherman, too.
People
Get over
like-
there.
Poor
Put out a
Marco.
forecast.
Oh, Marco. Somebody was mad because several people say, you didn't mention J.D. Vance in the grading of people. I'm like, J.D.'s done an okay job.
What is
He
what's the vice
doesn't have that
president
much
do?
to do.
Yeah. Outside of casting a vote, if there's a tie, he didn't got a lot going on.
But he did do that,
He did do that,
last
yeah.
week. But still, that's
Yeah.
he's a tiebreaker in the Senate, and he's waiting around hopes he's never elevated without an election.
Do you ever wonder if you think, oh, man, I mean, I don't want it to happen, but I'm ready? It's like it's weird. It's like being a backup quarterback. Like Jared Stidham's going to play this weekend. He hasn't played all year. Bo Nix gets hurt in the second to last play. The AFC Championship game is going to be going with a guy who hasn't thrown a football meaningfully in God knows how long.
Man.
You got to be ready.
You do, man.
You got to step up and deliver, because that's the thing that can get you the first stringer's job. But if you screw it up, then they're like, yeah, we knew he should have been back up at best.
Yeah, that's it.
That was terrible for Bo Nix, man.
Oh,
He played a heck of a game.
He did. So bad. That guy's, I mean, you led your team there. Now you hope it's not a Nick Foles thing, right? Remember Carson Wentz got him, they were like 13-2 was all because of him, tears his ACL. Here comes Nick Foles, wins everything, and he's glorified. Now, yes, you got a ring, Carson, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same, brother.
It's not a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, it's a ring that says we won the Super Bowl, but you were there in crutches. So
Yeah.
you gave the same amount in that game as the person who's also going to get the ring, who helps the equipment get on the airplane.
Do they give them rings?
Yeah, they give. Yeah. Most all the staff will usually get a version of the ring.
Okay.
Not like last year, the Eagles. Did you see the Eagles ring? So the Eagles, when they open it up, it comes in these giant, mahogany things, and it's got all the diamonds on it, from whatever Super Bowl it was. And then you could push a button, and it opened up, and there was like giant wings that came out, so they could Eagle fly with diamonds on it.
So they gave them a transformer.
Basically, yes,
For
full of
winning the
diamonds.
Super Bowl.
You're not supposed to wear the damn thing, right? You're not supposed to do that. Just saying.
What if you need to take off suddenly and you can't get? I mean, is it sort of like a power ring where you hit a secret button, the wings come out, and off you fly?
Yeah. Wonder Twins, form of an eagle, fly. Remember, was it the mayor last year that spelled the Eagles wrong? She's like EALGTX.
That's right.
4. Did you say 4?
That's what would happen to me.
Oh, we hired Robert Saleh, right? 5 years.
Yeah, we're working on finalizing the deal. The Titans front office working on finalizing the deal.
So if you guys don't know who Robert Saleh is, think of Telly Savalas. Think of Yul Brynner. Think of Yul Brynner. And you're like, that's who we got. We got Yul Brynner to be our coach. Robert Saleh, though, he's a great coach.
Good defensive coordinator.
But you've got a young quarterback that was the number 1 overall pick, and you would
He
think
ain't producing.
you would think you would go somebody who is geared for that side of the ball. That means you're going to have to go out and get somebody who's a quarterback whisperer to be the offensive coordinator.
Going to have to get a real good offensive coordinator.
That quarterback whisperer, that person that can sit there and become like Cam's best friend and say, look, dude, it's not you. Like, a lot of these guys are pretty bad. You can't throw the ball to yourself. I mean, it would be great if you could, but you can't. Several people have chimed in about the nurses, and their nurses saying how bad it is. They've been beat up.
I bet.
They've been attacked. They've had their hair pulled.
Arrested.
Some of them sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
You remember that? I think this was a couple of years ago by now, but there was that cop who wanted a blood draw, and the nurse said she couldn't do it without a warrant. And the cop arrested her because she wouldn't do it without a warrant.
Yes. That is, it's a tough gig, man. It is. You couldn't do it without, so you can arrest them, and you're going to get attacked, and you're going to get, some of people are sitting there, they're going, you can't even imagine the crap that's been thrown at me. And I think those people are probably not well, but just as hard as dealing with the difficult family.
Yeah, man.
That's a pain in the ass. And if you don't know
if somebody's in the hospital, there's a pretty good reason, then more than likely it's not a great one. And having to deal with the family who is probably stressed out of their minds is one of the front lines a nurse has to do to keep things in order.
Yeah. And you're going through in some cases, the worst part of your month, your year, maybe your life or the end of life. It's a Tuesday to them, and they have to go through this every day. And you're eventually going to leave, or God willing, everything's going to be okay. But then they have to turn around and they have to go back at it again. And it's almost, it's weird because you want them to compartmentalize, but they have to worry about the medical side of stuff. Then they have to worry about the psychology of the family that's coming in there and dealing with that, as well as being, somebody who can be a pleasant, person to a patient that's going through hell. That's a tough gig. Did you see what they're offering though? Because they're on strike in New York, they're offering travel nurses $10,000 a week to go and work.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That is. I mean, it's New York, so you still have to live in a cardboard box, but still.
I follow this couple. They're married, but they're traveling nurses, and they basically just live in an RV. And they just go wherever they're needed.
And they must make bank.
They make bank.
They just must just have a smile on their face. They're probably making, $6 to 10 grand every couple weeks between them.
Yeah.
And they've got nothing but a nice RV.
Just a nice RV, a dog or two, and, basically all they have to do is, maintain the RV.
Living their best life. I'll tell you that right now. That is just, it's a tough gig, though. Because those they're not working at the pediatrics place. They're working at hospitals and ERs.
Yes.
Ooh. So, somebody just texted in and said, to go and work, I'm going through right now with my dad. He just had a stroke. Kudos to the nurses. I couldn't do it. Yeah, it's
a calling, man.
It is. It is. It's very much a calling. Very much a calling. It's a tough. I've had friends who are nurses, and it is it's a tough gig, And they were ER nurses. One of them was an ICU nurse for heart and specializing in that and stuff. And she tell me all the time, half my patients aren't going to walk out of here.
Yeah,
and you're thinking to yourself, you're dealing with them, and that is a tough because you're going in there and the other thing that you say was weird is you go in there and you're working around the patient while the family stands around and kind of looks, crying, not quite sure, knowing what to do.
Right.
Which is tough. That's why they're the most trusted folks, according to the latest Gallup poll. Congress, a 7.
And remember, we were going to switch that out with
that's right.
telemarketers. Who were 5.
Where'd you put the police?
The police were 37. 37.
Did you see the story about the THP colonel?
No.
That was, he pulled a car over and demanded ID from the passenger, which, unless he has reasonable suspicion, his business is with the driver, not the passenger.
Yeah.
And he told the guy on video that rights mean nothing in Tennessee.
Wow. Yeah, that's not a good look, guys.
That's not a good look at all.
That is not a good look at all. And that's one of the issues, right? Like ICE is having right now. And there's a question about the hiring process with ICE and how well they understand stuff. Because they're talking, you know what? And look, it's a tough job. They've been around forever. ICE, before it was INS, then it became ICE, because they gave them all these super magical powers after 9/11 because Patriot Act, yay. And all that being said, there's, warrantless searches and pulling people that are Americans out of their house. And they've been caught on a few occasions saying things that none of it was backed up by the video evidence. And it's, the buck stops with her. I was going to say immigration Barbie, but that's not very nice.
She kind of is.
Because I know that maybe Corey Lewandowski has a little bit more to do with a lot of what's going on there. But still, the reality is the rights matter. It's the beauty of our country. To say rights don't matter in Tennessee is insane. I mean, how would any of you take it? You'd lose your mind. Absolutely you would.
It was Colonel Matt. That's funny. Colonel Matt Perry.
Yeah, it wasn't Matt Sanders. It wasn't Colonel Sanders, I'll tell you that right now. Colonel would never do that. So Matt Perry, he said rights don't matter.
Yeah.
What was his reason for wanting the passengers?
From what I can tell, he just wanted to ID them.
Yeah, no, that's no.
And you don't get to do that.
Your issues with the guy that's driving.
If during the traffic stop you find reason to believe they're involved in a crime or something, then it can be you're detained. Give me your ID.
Yes,
but otherwise, you're on a traffic stop. Your issues with the driver.
Very much so. Very much so. It is Tuesday, kids. We do a little Hot Take Tuesday. We got some spicy hot takes coming straight at you. Be prepared. You're probably going to want to buckle up here because Ken's hot take very in fuego.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up. This here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, you guys are going to get subpoenas. Sad.
Do those come with honey and butter?
They do not, actually. They come with annoyance. And a lot of theatrics, too, by the way.
That's a good mandel.
That is, I mean, that's government nowadays. Most of it's done for show, right? What's the old saying? Putt for dough, drive for show. A lot of it's driving for show, kids. It is Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means.
Hot take Tuesday.
All right. Ken, we're going to start with you and your Fuego-ness.
You do not tell your neighbor their spouse is cheating, because no matter what you do, you are going to be the villain in someone's story. Even if you think you have it 100%.
Yeah.
And it's your neighbor, don't do it.
So if you're tight with your neighbor and he's like your boy.
Now, if that's your best friend.
Right? Or if it's your wife, like if you're tight and your family, friends and stuff, you got to probably say something without saying something. You got to figure out how you do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're the one cheating with his wife.
There's always that.
You don't want to do
then
that.
You're going to want to keep it quiet.
Very silent.
And not say a word. Okay. Yeah. But otherwise, if it's just an acquaintance, somebody you see when you have the block party, you wave hi to them, right? They'll bring you your mail or something. You can borrow a cup of sugar. I don't know if you even do that anymore. But you just don't even know them. Do not even look that way, because it will end up you being the worst person in this.
I'll give you a cup of sugar, baby.
Now, somebody did say something. What if you did alert somebody and they were thankful for it, but they moved out of the house and he or she stayed behind? And then you had to live next door to them for years.
Yeah. I mean, you could be the one completely ostracized.
Yes.
Well, when you're telling the guy, you've got to go, this didn't come from me. Don't let her find out.
Yes. But he's going to, because he's going to say, or she's going to say, well, so-and-so told me, or such and such. Because at that time, if you're admitting something, you're going to want to get everything out there and where it came from. And then they're going to come next door to you and be mad at you.
Yeah. And they're not going to let you borrow a cup of sugar.
That's right. Joe says guns don't kill people. Husbands that come home early do. Oh, Bell, what do you have for us?
I think that streaming services are stupid because the amount that you pay to get the content that you don't watch is just exorbitant to the point where it's better to simply wait for a series or an item to come out, subscribe, watch it, and then cancel.
So Bell's whole thing is set up 50 different emails where you get a week or two of free stuff. Wait till that show comes out. Sign on with that email and then cancel immediately.
That's a better idea than I just had.
Well, there you go. I've taught you guys how to get around it.
Yeah, there's something on this MGM Plus right now that Jennifer and I want to watch. We just don't want to pay for MGM Plus.
What the hell's MGM Plus? God, there's so many of them.
Yeah, dude, there's some Stephen King movie on there that we really want to see.
Is it the new It?
No, it's not the new. By the way, that was outstanding.
Yeah, I heard it was better than the movies.
That Derry. Yeah, Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, Welcome to Derry.
And they're going to make another prequel. They're going to make a prequel to Welcome to Derry. They're going to go back even further.
Well, yeah, because we got to find out about, like, go way back, right? Find out how it got twisted.
Yeah.
How he became who he became. Mine is, I saw this today, flipping around early this morning. Cursive making a comeback. Teachers and schools are trying to bring back cursive. Cursive is great for the first few years of school, helps you with your, with your dexterity and all that kind of stuff. Then it's useless. And you're not going to have to learn how to sign your name. That's all you have to do. Learn how to sign your name and then move on. That's it. Well, what about if something's written in handwriting? Well, if it's really that important, you'll figure it out. It's not that hard to read. It's not like people say, well, how are kids going to be able to? It's not that hard to read it.
What if you need to write a strongly worded letter?
Well, that's a strongly worded, you say?
Yes.
Then you get one of the political parties to do it for you.
Absolutely. Is it going to go in a file?
It'll go in a file, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's on
You
file.
get that.
It's going to go to MGM Plus for charging too much.
And they only charge like $1.99.
Yeah, it may be only like $1.99.
And then you look and it says for the first 6 weeks, then after that, $443 an hour.
Exactly.
You're like, what?
Yeah, you have to opt out of it.
Yes.
Even though it says free trial, you have to remember to go back and opt out.
That's how they get you.
Remember back in what was it, 2016 or 2018, where net neutrality was such a big deal, and the Democrats are screaming that if we didn't pass net neutrality, we'd start getting the internet one letter at a time.
Yeah.
And literally nothing's changed. And it's only gotten faster.
Nothing's changed. Not a thing has changed. And you know what? The opting out thing that drives me crazy is there's a couple apps out there, and they get you to sign up and say, not going to say what app they are. Maybe a rocket ship goes in the air, and then maybe they talk about money. I don't know. But they're like, and then you could sign up for this, and then with one click, you can undo all your subscriptions. Not one subscription could you one click away from that.
Right.
Sorry, we can't help you with that. You're going to have to go do it yourself. What are you for? Can I undo you? You idiots.
No, you have to opt out.
You have to opt out of that.
And most are putting in their terms of use now that you have to go to arbitration instead of being able to sue them.
Goodness.
God. Read those. I'm telling you, read some of that stuff.
You got to read that fine print.
Go
man.
look at what happened to that lady and that doctor, husband and wife out there in because they signed up for Disney Plus, and she died at one of the resorts out of Disney, and they're like, well, you signed up, you didn't read the fine print at the old Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you kidding me?
You watch Star Wars, and now you can't sue.
Now if Mickey goes and slashes you and you die, you can't sue because you watched Star Wars. You watched Grogu or whatever its name was.
The Mandalorian says this is the way.
Coming up, we got some other fun stuff. Trump's taking questions and answers going on. The old Trump taking them.
Dude, this is an hour and a half long.
Yeah. Well, it took him 45 minutes to go through all of
those
the people.
pictures?
He just kept holding up pictures. This looks like a bad guy. Paid. This is a bad guy. Paid. Oh, kids. It's been 1 year. Been 1 year from today. I've been president. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Trump told everybody, how far will you go for Greenland? He's like, you'll find out. You're going to find out. It's going to go far. We're going to have it. It's going to be ours. Do we really need to? Is it necessary?
This is one of the silliest things, not just in Trump's term, in any president's term in my lifetime. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't. I don't see. First of all, okay, they're going to let us do whatever we want. They've already said that. You want to put more people here? We had 10,000 people at one time. There, we had several different bases. Now we have a Space Force. And we can build on it. We can do all that stuff. If you want to talk about getting the natural minerals, first of all, we don't even know what kind of rare earth minerals, how much is there. And based on, I mean, the people that I have seen talk about this, who, well, first of all, everybody I've seen talk about this has essentially said, maybe 2050, maybe not even by the end of the century, you're going to be able to get and extract a ton of stuff from there because of how it is. This is not a iceberg floating around. Something completely different. So maybe going in from portions of the side, you might be able to do stuff. And as far as, there's no ports. Russia's Arctic fleet is, it's nothing compared to what it once was. And China, they can sit there and they can say, look at all the stuff we have, but still they're untested. And if we control those waves, we've got the Brits to do that. So there we go. And something else that nobody talks about is Denmark, during the war on terror, was arguably our best ally. Unlike France and the Brits, who obviously think at times they're way bigger than they are, the Danes got out and they fought with us. They didn't ask for anything kind of thing. They went at it. And this is just, there's better ways of doing this. And, you may want it, but saying you'll find out as if we're going to really do anything, that would just be so asinine. Because did you blow up NATO? And maybe that's his goal. I don't know. I mean, have you thought of that? Maybe his goal was, let's blow up NATO. See what happens. I mean, I would like to think no, but, I have no idea when it comes to him and what he's going to do or not do in this situation. But I just don't think there's better ways, especially if they're offering it to you.
And people called Reagan a cowboy.
Well, he was a cowboy. I'll tell you that right now. He played a lot, actually. I saw him the other day on some. I think it was
Bedtime for Bonzo.
No, he was.
That's a high water mark in anybody's career.
That is a pretty good high water mark. What was it? Tales of the West, or one of those things where he narrated some of the stuff from behind a desk. And you're looking there going, I wonder if you're there and you're watching, you look back at that. Do you think at any moment in time did he think, I'm going to be president of the United States one day?
No, not when he was actively in movies.
Yeah. And even when he was actively, because he was the head of the Screen Actors Guild, right? No.
I think it was once he started getting into politics, and probably before he went for the governorship of California, which he obviously won. I think that was probably when he started considering the possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, I wonder what that process is like when does that click in your mind? Like we were talking about J.D. Vance earlier. If you're backup quarterback, you got to think every play you may be the next, especially something like that. Like every play I could have to go back out there and I'm going to be the guy. And same thing if when does that snap, that little thing snap and go, okay, I might have a chance of being president?
I think it's got to be sometime in your political career where you feel like you're starting to build relationships that will allow you to stand on those shoulders.
Yes. When they come to you and say, we think you've got what it takes. We're going to put together an exploratory committee to take the temperature of other big donors and people like that, if you might be the right fit for us to get behind you.
But again, I think it's like with so many different jobs, it's about relationship building. If you don't have those relationships, you're not going to have the support.
Say what you want about Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi and all this. They cultivated relationships for years. Watch the movie Charlie Wilson. Find out why he was able to do what he did in Afghanistan. A Democrat in a dead red state of Texas, because he cultivated so many relationships that people owed him, and they paid up. They paid up. So we'll, now the liberal portion of the show. Closeted Lib says, I'm back. Was it yesterday? I was a northerner.
Yeah, that's right. You were from up north.
You must be a Yankee.
No, look, because I don't want to attack or go after a fellow, NATO ally, doesn't make you a liberal, by the way.
Hey, if you don't say everything that I agree with, you're a liberal.
And saying the things that are true, which is we're allowed to do these things already. They're already giving us permission. Yeah, come on over. You've already done it before. We're good with this. We're allies. We're pals. We're pals. By the way, Ken, so Ken's hot take earlier was,
yes, sir.
Do not get involved if your neighbor's having an affair.
No, sir.
Somebody brought up a great question.
What is it?
What if your neighbor goes, Ken, I'm a little worried about my wife. I think during the day, the mailman comes and delivers, if you know what I mean. And I'd like you to watch out for what could be happening next door.
I would say,
no habla inglés.
Thanks. No habla inglés.
No hable inglés. No, ¿qué? Yeah. So what would you do that then?
I would just say, no.
That's betwixt y'all.
Yeah, I know. That's a hard thing.
Like I said, if it's your buddy, if it's somebody you're close to, that's a different story. But just if you suspect that, this is a neighbor you might see at the dog park or, and that's the only time,
like, hey, man, you and I are best friends, and I just need you to know this because I don't want to see you get hurt. But she's over there doing some rotten stuff. And if you guys break up, would you care if I dated her?
Oh, that's it. Brother. What if he says, hey, can you watch and see what's going on? And yeah, absolutely, I will. Knowing full well you're the one that he should be watching for. You really invited the wolf right there.
I haven't seen anything, neighbor.
Yeah. No. But I thought that was a good question. I thought that was a very good question.
That's a good question.
Because you would get that. Like, if you noticed anything, could you watch out for me? I'm going to be gone on a trip for 2 weeks or 10 days for my work. And, I'm going, my father got sick and I have to go.
Maybe that's why she's cheating on you, is because you're gone for 10 days at a shot.
Have you thought of that? Oh, you should say, you know what? I was just going to ask you the same thing. Could you watch my house? You're not going to be home? Well, geez. You want me to help you, but you're not willing to help me, huh? That's not very nice.
I'd never do anything like that, neighbor.
No. Oh, Lord. That would be crazy. Several of you chiming in about Greenland. Darren says, I know we just can't build any kind of base we want there. I thought we could, but it's not true. It's true. We can't. Right? We can't build anything we want there. And one of the things they talked about, even so I was talking to my military guy today, he said, we may have to, if we want to build some sort of port, it may have to be right now something like we had in Gaza for the food drop. Remember that? That was crap. Like, none of the food got there. It cost us God knows how many billions of dollars for the pontoons to float around and sink. It was worse than the first Jaws movie when Bruce kept sinking. The shark never worked.
That's government for you.
That is government. That is government for sure. Maybe Denmark's moving too slow. No, it's all right.
I think last week Denmark had floated the idea of maybe allowing the U.S. to build another base.
Yeah, they've already said that. They've said you can build bases. And by the way, there are several bases that are like decommissioned. They're still kind of there. They can go back and do some of that stuff. And yes,
it wouldn't be like you'd be starting from scratch.
No. And it could be part of the Golden Dome? Of course. That being said, they're already telling us we could do it there. Why do we need to own it and potentially ostracize NATO and or get into a pissing contest where, let's not forget, 20% of our trade comes from Europe, and they have a mechanism that they could pull, if you will, the proverbial trigger, and they have a lot of our debt. So there's a lot that goes into this that we don't want to see, especially if you're Trump, things could potentially go sideways, and that hurts the economy. Well, guess what? You're running. Whether you believe it or not, Trump, you're going to be on the ballot in all these states for these congressmen and women and senators. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be cold this weekend.
Oh, is it ever going to be
now,
cold
Apple
this weekend?
says, Apple Maps or whatever baloney weather they're coming up with, says it's going to be 40 feet of snow. I don't think so. But they're saying like 18 inches potentially.
Well, get this. The National Weather Service, since we last spoke, has updated the outlook, if you will, to include not only weekend snow and bitter cold this weekend, but now weekend freezing rain. And this is the issue with that. It looks like if it's going to, snow will fall first, then the freezing rain on top of the snow.
Oh,
that means ice. And nobody's going anywhere on ice.
No.
That's just how it is.
Kids, what we're telling you is stay indoors all weekend.
Yeah, so
don't go anywhere if you don't have to. If you need to get snacks by Thursday into Friday, make sure you got all the food you need to get through the weekend and batten down the hatches.
Yes, sir.
Snowmageddon is coming. Speaking of Snowmageddon, our man and yours, Matt Murphy, is in the house straight from his move yesterday. That's where Bell was.
Oh, yes, sir.
At, was it Murphy-Lago?
Murphy-Lago.
Murphy-Lago. We're going to ask him about his move, find out what he's going to be talking about. And yes, he's wearing a vest today because it's so chilly outside. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Ladies and gentlemen, straight from his giant, well, is it a compound? What are you guys calling it? Is it a compound?
I think it got named Murphy-Lago, which I kind of like.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll call it a complex. We'll call it the compound.
Okay.
The grounds.
Well, the grounds.
The grounds.
So now you and I were talking about this. We were joking about when your wife took the dogs to her dad's house, and you're like, they have no idea. They're never going back to that.
That's
so
right.
they get to the new casa, and it's got a lot of space.
Haven't been there yet.
No?
They're still down. Yeah, they're not coming back. They were going to come back this weekend, but the snow's probably going to screw that up. So they might have to stay down another weekend. So that is still to come. Very excited. Very excited. Fence going in tomorrow. So a lot of excitement.
Getting everything in under the wire at the compound. I like the compound. That's good.
The compound. And apparently we're on top of the hill. I had a glass guy out today because we had a little accident during the painting, which was no big deal. Nobody got hurt, but it broke some glass. Anyway, glass guy out today, and glass guy goes, man, if it snows, you're going to have a bunch of people up here. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I didn't even I didn't recognize the topography. I'm on like the top of the mountain of Mount Pleasant. So apparently everybody goes to the end of our street because it's a really, really straight street that goes downhill for a long, long time, but not like too much where people go crazy.
Enough you can have a lot of fun, but you're really not going to die.
Exactly.
Right.
And he goes, oh, no, every time it snows, everybody that's a constant trek up the street, down the street, up the street, down the street. I was like, we sell hot cocoa.
Oh, that's nice. And I like the fact that you're at the top of the hill, so like you say, you can look down upon everybody.
That's exactly right.
That's good.
Look over the grounds.
You could fire a shotgun in the air and say, get off my property.
Oh, I might do that, Weaver.
Oh, I like that.
See what happens.
You should put something up welcoming the neighbors. Don't come on this street or I'm going to call the po-po.
Yeah, we got a big sign in the front. We've already put the sign up in the front yard that said, hope you like dogs.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So here you are. You got the new place. They moved half the lawn to take them unload.
They got it to our house in Mount Juliet at 10 minutes until 9 o'clock, and they loaded up and left Mount Pleasant at maybe 5 minutes after 5. Not bad. It's an hour and a half drive, so, no, it's not bad.
Trucking, man, trucking. So
those guys are incredible.
Matt comes in and he holds up his paper today. I said, let me show you how much prep I've done, and there's nothing written on it.
There's nothing. I've done no. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be
You're
good.
pretty good at winging it.
It's going to be a good day.
What are you feeling like talking about? We talked about football today. How about that? We got a new coach.
Hey, how about that Salah? I went down to the Brain Trust. All the producers on the sports station, they get together and they're like little hens. I call it the hen circle. They're just me, 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 me. And I went to the Brain Trust and I was like, okay, was it a him problem or a Jets problem?
It's always
That's
a Jets
fair.
problem.
And that was their answer. It was like, it was always a Jets problem.
Well,
I was like,
see,
okay,
the thing is,
that's
with
fair.
Robert Saleh, again, you've got anybody with the Jets, you just have to take it with, just go, okay, it is what it is. But Robert Saleh will be interesting. I was like yesterday after McDermott got fired, we were like, you got to call him on the phone. But apparently they had Harbaugh scheduled. They had, what's his name that got fired from Cleveland, who was, way better than.
Who I think went to the Falcons.
And everybody they had scheduled to interview got snapped up. And the fear was he was going to go to
the Cardinals,
right? Today, and they were going to hire him on the spot. Yeah. So they figured we're going to go for it.
Yeah. No. I feel like you have to kind of consider McDermott, but the timing was a little
off.
weird.
A week earlier, but it is what it is.
No, it's all good.
So, but what else are you going to talk about? I mean, there's something happened in Minnesota, I guess. I don't know. I'm
going to spend about an hour talking about what a loser Carson Beck is.
I know. Last night I almost texted him. Did you see that last throw?
No. I decided not to do it. I almost tweeted, nice to see the real Carson Beck finally showed up. But
how's that Lamborghini now?
Enjoy that ride, buddy.
He's an odd-looking bird.
Enjoyed that fourth round pick. Oh no, he's an eight. If aliens exist on Earth,
yeah.
Two reasons I know that: Carson Beck and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for it. He is prepped like nobody's business, straight ahead, and he's wearing a puffy jacket. And there's warnings about those, so be careful out there. He is straight ahead. Matt, have a go, guys. Remember, what do you want on Wednesday?